All right, and welcome back to We Are Crafted in His Image. Today we are working on the very last project in this month's Coco and Crafts class. I'm actually recording this the week before you're going to wash it, and it is still really cold here. I'm really hoping that when this video goes out, it's going to be a lot warmer for you than it is right now while I'm working on this. Anyway, this is the card we're going to make today, and part of the reason I had picked this stamp set to use is because I like to send out anniversary cards, and I don't have a lot of anniversary sayings, especially for the inside, and I really liked that this had a sentiment to go both on the outside and the inside of the card. So this is our card today. We're going to get started with the stamping, and let's get to it. So let's pull out what we need from our packet. Of course, the envelope has all your little pieces in it. We've got 2 large hearts. I'll set those aside. There are 2 large gray. Those again are bonuses for you. They were cut from the center of that, so those are extras for you to use for another project. And then we have lots of other little pieces in here. Let's see. Whoop, there's still more in there. Did I get them all? I think so. There's a few little bits of the gray. There we go. All right, let's get this set aside. And we're going to start with the stamping on our banner and on our flowers and leaves. So let's get these out. Oh, lots and lots and lots of little pieces. You should have 2 of everything. There we go. Whoops, flinging stuff around. Now I'm going to start with the sentiment on it. Now there is one that says "Be My Valentine," but I'm going to use the Happy Anniversary. I did see someone actually use this one by curving it slightly on the block, and I'm just going to show you. Let's see, it would have to curve like this way, so she kind of like moved it onto the block like that and stuck it down, but then the Y goes off. So just so you know, that's one of the fun things with photopolymers. You can manipulate them a little bit to fit. These are actually already kind of curved to fit on the banner like that. So, and we are going to stamp that with the Mossy Meadow color. So let me get this stamped on here. Whoops, almost went too far over. I need to bring my word down a little. That's a little better. All right, so I'm going to clean this off, and we're still going to need the green out, but I think we need the pink first because I want to stamp the Happy Anniversary, or I want to stamp the flowers before I do the leaves. So some of the flowers I already have on a block here. I got a couple of them, but I don't have enough blocks for, oh wait, I do. There we go. So I'm going to stamp the outlines of, let's see, come here. Come here. Stamp this one first. 1 and 2. And then while I'm at it, I'm going to go ahead and see which one I want on my envelope. I have this one on the envelope, so I'm going to go ahead and stamp that on my envelopes. Let's move this over here. Come on. My hands are cold. I can't feel what I'm doing very well here. Oh, I got some black on my envelope. There's that. And one more. Actually, I should keep that handy, Alright, I need to clean this because I need to use this block now. I'm going to grab the solid stamp for that flower. Grab my scrap paper here. Let's move, make some room, make some room. Make some room. Come here, you guys. All of you over here. I need this and this. And this and this. Okay, I'm going to stamp off on scrap paper, color in my flower, stamp, scrap, flower, and now we're going to do that 2 more times for our flowers to go on the card. 1 and 2. There we go. Okay, and off to the next flower, which I'm going to do this one. Kind of looks like a carnation, maybe? Oh, this is the tricky one to figure out which way it lines up. Oh, I think I figured it out already. Okay, so there is a bigger petal right here, and there's a bigger a bigger petal right there, and I'm thinking, yep, that is where it lines up right there. Okay, so do that, and one more. There we go. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the inside of my card. I need my card. So this is going to be my outside. This will be the inside. These are done. I'm going to move them out of my way. Let's stamp them in this corner here. And I should have, and I don't think I did, I should have included a post-it note for you in your kit. Let me grab myself one real quick. Okay, on last week's we managed to make the leaves look like they were behind the flower by simply not inking them all the way. I'm going to show you another trick to do that. You're going to take a post-it note, take your flower, and stamp it. You can see the sticky for my post-it is at this end. I'm going to stamp that flower where that sticky is. Okay, I'm actually going to do that for my other flower as well, the one I already did. I done did do. Alright, I'm going to stamp that on the same, right along where the sticky is. Okay. And we're going to use those in a few minutes when we get to the leaves. So, for now, I'm going to set that aside. And I'm going to grab the solid piece for my lily flower. Oh, I got a piece of fuzz underneath there. I think I have a piece of fuzz on the stamp too. There we go. Okay, stamp off. Oh, wrong flower. Wrong flower. I need this solid piece. Not that one yet. There we go. That will match up much nicer. There we go. Stamp. Go over here. Okay, and then same thing on our little silhouettes. And one more. There we go. So now I can move on to the lily. I'll set these right here. Set this here. Where are my lily flowers? There they are. Those are leaves. These are lilies. I just have those two. So I'm going to stamp that. Stamp this one. Okay, clean that off. Grab that solid one I tried to use earlier. There's my leaf. Okay. And let's fill in. One more. There we go. Okay, so I think the flowers are all done. I think, yes. Now we need to do the leaves. So I'm going to close this up so I don't ink my paper with it. And I'm going to grit out the green, which I have here. And now this is where this is going to come in handy. So what I'm going to do, take this off, get a pair of your paper snips, and you want to cut this out. Thankfully these aren't too difficult to cut. They're not super detailed. And you actually want to cut slightly inside that pink line. Like if you cut off the pink line, that's okay. You will find what happens when you're doing this technique is right next to the paper, the ink doesn't actually hit the paper. So it's better if you cut inside the flower line rather than outside the flower line. Okay, so there's that one. So what I'm going to do now is actually, it has slightly sticky there. I'm going to put it right over top of my flower. And then I think I'm going to go with this small leaf like we did before. And I'm going to simply stamp wherever I want it to go. So it looks like it's back behind there. Okay, and then I already have the solid on a block. I'm going to stamp that off. Stamp that there. And do this side. And then when you peel this off, look, your leaves are now behind your flower. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing on this one. And thankfully these are reusable multiple times. You don't have to cut one out for every single one. There we go. And while I'm at it, I'm going to go ahead and stamp my two silhouettes. There we go. Okay, clean that. Now let's do the solid. Stamp off. Stamp off. Oh, didn't quite stamp that right. So let me see if I can line that back up again. I probably can. Yep. There we go. And then peel this off, and that one is finished. So the inside is almost done. I got to do the sentiment on it still. Get it out of the way there. Oh, almost made it too dark. One more. Oh, and I totally forgot. I want to use the same leaf on my flowers on the envelopes. So, or maybe, no, I think I'm going to use the other leaf for that. So let me grab this leaf cluster. I think I need a bigger block for this one. There we go. Let me cut out my flower. And I don't know if you can see the pink is on this part here that I'm cutting off. I'm cutting inside of that, or close to inside of it. Come on, get that out of the way. Cut off this little bit here. There we go. Put that on my flower. And I think I'm just going to do one cluster like that. I hope that's going to look all right. So let me get the solid piece on this block. And let's see how it looks. Fill that in. All right, let's take it off. Let's see. Oh, I like it. I like it. Okay, so that envelope's done. Let's do this one. We'll ink up the leaves. And while I have it out, I'm going to go ahead and do these two. Move that before I stick my elbow on it. And one more here. There we go. Okay, so that is done. And let's do the solid. Fill that in. This is always fun. I love when I take this off. It's so cool. Now see, I should do a sample somewhere. If I had cut out further out on the pink line, I would have ended up with a white space right there where it wouldn't have inked all the way down to the paper. So that's why you want to cut just inside the line, the very edge outside line there. I hope that's making sense. All right, that one's done. And last one, then we do need to do the sentiment on the inside of the card. And we will be done with all the stamping. Then we just have to put it together. So on the inside of the card, there is one that says, "Here's to another year of happily ever after." So will it fit on this block? It will, on an angle. Okay, so let's move. Done with you guys. Let's move you all out of the way. And let's stamp our sentiment. And what I'm trying to do is eyeball that the top of this line is level with the top of the card. Is it straight? It's a little bit crooked. We're a little bit wonky. Okay, let's try it. If I straighten this up on here, that might make it a little easier. That's a little better. Okay, stamping is done. Let's put this thing together. Get that out of the way. This out of the way. I'm trying to find my card so I know what I'm doing here. Alright, so let's fold our card in half. Get my bone folder here. Oh, it's cold from being by the window. Oh, I think when I'm done here, I'm going to go make some hot chocolate. I didn't make it yet. I should have. Okay, so make sure we have the inside. This is the outside. So for the outside, let's take all the backing pieces off. And let's do this one. I got a few little pieces there that I'll have to poke out. Come on, there we go. I'm seeing some that need to be poked. Not very many though. There's one. Come on, get off of there. Don't stick. Okay. And this goes centered on your card front. Oh, oh, don't stretch it out when you're doing it though. Push it down. Oh, that adhesive sheet is so nice not having to put little bits of glue behind there. Okay, now let's do this one. Make sure I have the front properly. Oof, peeling it off. Ooh, I think all my backings came out. All the little pieces came out that time. Alright, this time I'm going to stick it down at the bottom first. Bottom in the middle, and then push it up. There we go. That works a little better. This one wants to wiggle. Okay, give it a good push down. Alright, so now what we're going to do, we need to give our leaves and flowers a little bit of dimension. So what I'm going to do is, since I have these in my hand, actually it's probably easier if I have them in there first. I'm going to just kind of take and put it in my hand and just really just push. Just push it down like that into the palm of your hand. If you prefer, you can use like a rounded end of a paintbrush. But for this, I'm thinking just using my fingers and just pushing it into the palm of my hand. See the difference? Instead of it sitting flat like that, it's going to pop up, have a little dimension to it. So we're just going to do that on all of these. Trying to be a little bit careful. You don't want to break or bend or tear any of it. Well, actually, technically, I guess we are bending them, aren't we? Do a couple of these. There we go. Okay, so I want those, but I also want to do these as well. So, you know what? I think I have, do I have more than I need in here? No, wait, 1, 2, I think I have more in here than we need to have. We only need two of each of those. This one's a little bigger than this one, and then 2 of each of those, same thing. I might have given you guys a few extra pieces in there, because that's definitely more than I need right there on that one. A large one and a small. Let's see, I have both of those. I have a large and a small, so then we get another large and a small. I think I gave you guys more than you need. At least in my packet there was. Oh, I hope I didn't get somebody else's in my packet, because it looks like I have a whole other packet's worth in here. Oh, if you are missing yours in your kit, please message me and let me know, because I have a whole extra one in here. I don't know if I got somebody else's or if I just got carried away and put more in than I needed. So let's get this put together. Oh, we do need, yeah, we'll go ahead and do this part first. What we're going to do, I find the easiest is to use some liquid glue. And I want one of each flower for each card. So I'm missing a flower. No, I'm not. It's right there. Ta-da, ta-da, ta-da. Okay, so that's that. So this is the group I want for this card. And what I'm going to do is start by just putting some glue right along this top area, going down to about here. So basically from this flower down to that flower. And then I'm going to lay my petals, or I'll start with the greenery first. And just kind of stick them down into that glue, okay? I think I want the long one down here, and I want this one right here, and this little guy. And the thing is, because I'm using the liquid glue, I should be able to maneuver it if I need to. And now I'm going to put a little bit of glue, but I'm only going to put the glue at the very base of the flower. And I'm going to do that on all 3 of these. Let me see where. Okay, that's the bottom. Oops, stay. And that's the bottom. Come on. sticking to my fingers. A little bit of glue at the base of each of the flowers. So then this flower is going to go here in the middle. But you see how by putting that glue there and by shaping the flowers a little bit, we're able to give this card a bit of dimension. Like that. And I'm using my flowers to hide the ends of my greenery. But if you find you need to pull some of the greenery out because it's hiding, you got a few minutes to play with it. There you go. And then we're going to let that dry. And I just got glue right there. I'm going to have to clean that when it's dry. Okay. Ooh, fingers. All right, let me take, I'm going to put these here so that I know. Face down, face down, face down. They're ready to go. Let me put some glue here for my greenery. And I'm going to close that for a second. And let's see. We start with this one up here. And this smaller one I'm going to tuck underneath there. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Glue on my finger. Not that that's a bad thing. I just don't want to smear it everywhere. So, right there. Put this one in here. And that one there. Okay, so now, while the glue's still wet, get a little bit of glue on my flowers. Right at the base. Let's hide the base of our stems. There we go. Pull that down. Pull this one out a little bit. Pull that one out a little bit. There we go. Okay, so that part is done. So now what we're going to do is on our banners, you'll notice there are some score lines. So this one's going to get folded back, and then this one gets folded in. Now, normally, you would then fold this one in and fold this one out, and then you have this cute little banner. But for our card, as you can see, we are going to cut off right at that score line right there. We're going to cut that off, okay? So I'm going to do that on this one as well. Cut it on the score line. Fold and fold. And then I'm going to add a couple of dimensionals, but I'm only going to add them here and here. Okay, so just next to this fold and in the middle. And I'll show you why. Go ahead and get a couple dimensionals here. So one here and one here. Make sure it's not going to get in the way of that. Okay, and then I'm going to add some liquid glue, or you could use a glue dot or even your snail. And I'm just going to put a little bit right here on the end, and then a little bit on the end of this side. Okay. Then while that's, oh, I should have actually pulled the backing out first. Okay, so now, here, I'll do this one first. Figure out where you want, I want to make sure this is on the edge. I'm going to set this down and tuck this here, but those two dimensionals will make it stand out here. But then we want it flat against the card there. And you may even want to set a block on it to let it dry. Sorry, dropped some stuff on the floor. Is it still wet? It is still wet. Good. Okay. Let me stick this down here. We'll go ahead and do this one as well. Let's move that out of my way. Okay, so kind of eyeball. Make sure your edge is here. And then you can kind of push that in and push down so that your dimensionals stick down. And that'll help hold that till the glue dries, and then you might want to put a block on that till that dries. All right, so until that dries though, once that dries, we have finished the last of our projects for this month's Cocoa and Crafts class. We have our cards, we have our envelopes. Next month's class will be, as I'm making a big old mess here, we're going to be working with the sweet ice cream set. Because not only do I need anniversary cards, I also need some birthday cards. And so we are going to be making several birthday cards. This one is a shaker card. Fun. Maybe you can save some of those hearts from the last card to put in this shaker card next month. And this one here is actually a gift card holder, so you can put a little gift card in and give someone a treat. And then there will be one more project to go along with that. So that will be next month's Cocoa and Crafts. Until then, happy crafting to you. Please stay warm, stay healthy, and until I see you next time, God's love and blessings. Bye.